Catherine, why don't you tell me a little bit about your pain? What's going on?
Well, I have a shooting pain from my lumbar spine that goes equally down both sides of my legs. It goes down the outside of my legs all the way to my ankles.
Oh, is it pretty consistent?
It happens every time I get out of bed, every time I get out of a chair. It just feels like an electric volt going through me.
Okay, and how long has this been going on?
About 6 months now. I keep thinking it's going to go away.
Do you think that something triggered this?
Yes, I had a foot surgery and I was in a boot for 4 weeks, and I knew that was throwing my gait off.
Yeah.
But the pain in my back didn't start happening until after I was out of my boot. As soon as I got out of my boot, then I got the pain.
How does that make you feel to have that pain when it shoots up down your legs like that?
Well, it's hard on me emotionally. I'll yell out because it's so shocking and so sharp. I think I kind of scare people around me when I get that shocking feeling. It makes me want to stay home.
And prior to this, have you had any other leg or back injuries or anything like that, or is this something new?
Well, I did have spondylolisthesis repair about 10 years ago, and so I have the hardware in my back between L4 and L5.
Okay. And when you had that surgery, were you having something similar to what we're having now, or?
No, as a matter of fact, I didn't really have any back pain at all. It's because my hips were causing me pain, and then the doctor found that a lot of the pain was caused because I had such severe spondylolisthesis.
Are there things that you can't do right now because of this pain?
Oh yes, my favorite thing is to hike and walk. I really miss, the walking.
Yeah.
And the hiking.
Yeah. Did you have an MRI or X-ray of your back recently? Was there something that showed up there?
Yes, it shows a narrowing. I guess you call it stenosis. It was L3, L4.
Okay.
Being compromised.
Yeah. Diagnoses of stenosis, there's varying degrees of stenosis. It doesn't worry me. We help people even with severe stenosis.
Oh, that's good to
So
know.
what really matters is the stresses that are acting on that stenosis. I have high hopes for you.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
So let's go ahead and get started and see if we can help you.
Okay.
One of the things with most back pain is that we get spasm in the back and the muscles just get really irritated and stuck in contraction.
Okay.
So what I'm going to just have you do is I want you to arch your back, and you'll feel those muscles contract.
Yeah.
And then I want you to learn how to relax your back and round into like a slumped position, and you can rest your weight on your hands if you want to. Good, and feel that, and this should feel really good just to slump like that. It should feel like a nice stretch.
It does, it feels very good.
Good, good. Okay, now we're gonna do it again. We're gonna inhale and arch your back and go as deep as you want to. And then exhale and flatten your back and rest on your hands. Good. All right, and then we're going to come back up, and this time when you sit up tall, we're not going to arch the back quite as much. So we're going to keep it out of that excessive contraction.
Okay.
How does that feel? Does that feel like a good thing to do?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Great. It's an easy thing that you can do throughout the day. Anytime your back starts to feel like it's starting to seize up or get contracted, just go into that. You're going to release that reflexive contraction and then relax them again.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. I feel it way more on one side than the other.
Yes, and that's why I was asking you about whether you felt it in both legs the same, because often there's an asymmetry to how we're using our body that causes one side to be tighter than the other, and that lends itself to creating these types of problems.
Okay.
So, and we often start feeling that asymmetry once we start addressing
interesting.
the system.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right, great.
All right.
And so we're going to stand up from here, and let's just feel how that's feeling so far.
I can't believe it feels not as tight. It feels free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. All right, Catherine, what we're going to do now is a little hip strengthening exercise. So often when the hips get weak, they create asymmetry in the pelvis and the back. and we want to make everything nice and symmetrical for you.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
And especially if you like hiking and walking
Yes.
outdoors, hip
Yes.
strength is really critical.
Okay.
Okay, and then the other side one more time. Pretty interesting, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's very interesting.
Yeah. So these little asymmetries sneak into our body and we're not aware of them.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Does that feel all right?
Yeah, it feels fine.
What we're looking for is maybe a little fatigue in the hips here. Do you feel any
I
fatigue from doing that?
I do.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then when you're ready, you can stand up.
Okay.
How does that feel in your back, Catherine?
My back doesn't hurt.
Great. Yeah. Is that a little surprising?
You're really surprising.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to bend down and challenge it a little bit and see how you feel?
It feels good.
All right, great.
Yeah, it feels good.
Great. Would that normally hurt you?
I normally couldn't have bent down that far.
Oh, great. All right. How about if we have you sit down in the chair and then stand up
Okay.
and see if you have back pain during that?
All right. No.
No pain?
No.
Okay, great. And then you can stand up.
Okay.
All right. So hopefully you should feel that, you might feel your butt a little bit more
Yeah.
than used to.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh.
And go ahead and test your back pain again and see make sure everything's still okay.
Everything just feels a little more loose.
Yeah. I love how you just figured that out.
Yeah. It feels so refreshing that I can't wait to do it. It encourages me to want to continue to
Yeah.
do these exercises.
Great. And that's the key.
Oh, I'm pleased. Thank
Great.
you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for coming. All right.